Headlines today is on the ballot trail in Karnataka. Centre stage has shifted to Bangalore temporarily, and on the show tonight, you'll see Netas face some tough grilling from citizens of the state. After the taint of Bellary, after moral policing rampages in Mangalore, commoners get their first opportunity right here on Centre Stage to grill politicians from across parties. The Centre Stage special is part of our in-depth, incisive, relentless coverage on the Karnataka elections.
Hello and welcome. You're watching part 2 of the Right to be Heard election special. We are broadcasting from Bangalore. We've got concerned citizens of the state who are very anxious, very disgusted, fed up with the manner in which their state has been governed over the last several years. They've got questions for representatives from each of the 4 major political parties of this state. I want to introduce our panel for this program. We've got Nirmala Sitharaman representing the BJP, Rajiv Gowda representing the Congress, Danish Ali from the Janata Dal Secular. We've got Dhananjay Kumar from Mr. Yediyurappa's party. One of Bangalore's most famous faces, Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, with us on this broadcast. Also Mohan Das Pai, Gauri Lankesh, we've got Harish Bijur and Srivatsa Krishna. And in this 1 hour, the questions will be asked by citizens of the state, and they've got some very sharp, very piercing questions for our panelists. I want to start by asking this gentleman to begin proceedings. Go on.
Yeah. So my question is to Nirmala Sitharaman about your comparison, why don't you see BJP's success in Gujarat or Ahmedabad, particularly Ahmedabad, because it's a green city so-called, and why not we see learnings from, lessons from that to Bangalore, or why do we see a failure here? It's what I want to ask you.
In fact, the manifesto that we've given for this election elaborates on very many things that we want to do here, and as a follow-up and as a continuum to what has happened in the last 5 years. In fact, that is where the difference between how BJP as a party with a certain kind of vision about governing well and transparent. In fact, there was a mention that from the manifesto that I would like to take out is about the e-Sugam, where the commercial taxes collection will be much improved and transparent, and with better revenue generated, we'll be able to handle many other issues which are important. So the manifesto does commit.
No, but then this is an important question and needs to be understood in a broader perspective. People look at your government in Gujarat, your government in Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. They say, okay, those are models of good governance. And people in the state, wherever we travel, wonder, why is it that the same party that succeeded elsewhere has flopped so miserably in the crucial state of Karnataka?
I'm not sure I will look at it that way, Rahul. I reiterate that on managing the party affairs, there certainly could have been a better times. But we underline the fact that we have not allowed governance in the state to suffer. You very clearly know that the Prime Minister's office recently on Civil Service Day gave an award for Karnataka for one of the services which has been improved very well on commercial taxes. Similarly on agriculture, we have given a budget, separate budget for agriculture. Looking at, metropolitan city, mega city like Bangalore, we were readying ourselves for a bill which will give us better, handling methodology for dealing with people's participation and improving city administration. So there are lots of things, specifically on, improving power supply in Karnataka. In spite of the way in which coal linkages have been awaited for more than 3 years, we have still managed to give better power supply in Karnataka compared to many other states. So whilst you are right in comparing good governance in Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, Karnataka is evolving its own model, and in which many of the visionary thoughts of the BJP have come into play. No. And certainly on that ground, we'll certainly ask for a
is laughing. He doesn't like the Karnataka model of governance. Mohan Das Pai, you want to respond to Nirmala?
If the model is about Bellary, we don't want it. If the model about ministers go to jail, we don't want it. Now the model has to be about the model of Narendra Modi in Gujarat. He's run a good state. I mean, the city is clean. I went to Ahmedabad. I saw the riverway. The city is clean, fairly well governed. Why can't they bring the same thing here? They've been successful, like you said, Rahul.
Why not? That's an important question.
I don't think we want that, because Gujarat has a worse nutrition rate. It has a very bad health rate for women.
Okay, that's a whole different debate. That's a whole different debate. In Karnataka, let's keep the focus on Karnataka.
Let them improve Karnataka. We don't want Gujarat.
No, but I'm
I'd like to agree with what Gauri is saying there.
Naturally. I'm again compelled to say here that the data for nutrition has not been clearly understood.
Okay.
And therefore on
I don't
that...
want the ghost of Narendra Modi to enter this debate and then the whole thing will get derailed. I want to keep the focus
No, if you
on
allow me to
Karnataka
finish
and
that,
politics.
if you allow me to finish that, even if the reference is Gujarat on malnutrition, I think there are facts which are being misunderstood. On Karnataka particularly, malnutrition is not an issue.
Srivat Krishna actually studies this a lot.
And
Comparison of the model of Gujarat with Karnataka.
No, Rahul.
So Gujarat's growth story, why have they not been able to
Rahul,
replicate
just
it?
one point there. To just bring in certain bogies and then say, oh, we don't want that, but what have you done here? We are listing out things which we have done there, done in Karnataka. We would like to ask questions and also answer on those bases.
Absolutely. That's important.
Questioning what your
bogies are being
verdict
brought in,
that
I'm
Gujarat
not,
is such a
You
great
must
story.
not call these
That's what we're
questions
questioning.
bogies.
We're talking about
These are
Karnataka
questions
here.
people wish to
Gujarat is
ask.
definitely
The
a great
parties
story.
must answer those questions. They are not bogies. Yes.
My question is, why were there 3 chief ministers in a span of 5 years? We were so lost. Why the instability?
Well, the reasons for were stated even as the changes happened. But I think what is important, and a point which I had already conceded, was that the party's affairs could have been better managed. There's no doubt on that. And therefore that resulted in changes of chief minister. Because with one chief minister who was unfortunately removed when the charges came on. And that was a commitment given by the party, and therefore that had to be done. I'm sure because it is a charge of corruption and the removal happened, you're not going to,
So if your
condemn us
party
for
gets
that,
elected again, how many more times will you play musical chairs?
No, I don't think I want to answer that, because that has a built-in cynicism, which I will not encourage.
The cynicism based on reality and experience.
Therefore, the changes happened.
Not good.
Rahul,
Right.
No.
Congress
the
also has
question-
not lagged behind. From 89 to 94,
No, let me-
having absolute majority, they have changed 3 times chief ministers. Virendra Patil, then Mr. Bangarappa, then Veerappa Moili. What sin did they commit? I don't know.
That's why
Congress also did the same thing. Congress also did the same thing.
In recent times,
And
you look at
because
Sheila
of that,
Dikshit,
Congress
you look
lost.
at other chief
94
ministers,
elections.
they've all
It
had
is
long
not
secure
specific with
tenures.
BJP.
See,
Yes.
the point
Right
is,
here.
we are reaching a time
Gogoi.
when questions
You
are
had
being
absolute
asked
majority.
and
Don't forget
responsible
Professor Gowda.
parties are taking action for becoming better parties.
That's an
And
important point.
whereas the people who would readily jump in to say, oh, you changed, not the questioner, she has a right to ask. The people who readily jump in to say, oh, you've changed it, I would go back to them to say, you resist even answering questions. You stonewall even when an interrogation is demanded of your ministers who are charged with corruption. And therefore, this is not playing tu me. This is very clearly saying the BJP confronts problems and also responds when it is desperately needed. And here I do not want to differentiate even the party on which enthusiastic participation is happening. There was a charge sheet released on Sri Devagowda and also his son.
My question to Nirmala ji is, do you think BJP took a principled stand in taking on corruption in public office? Do you think the principled stand that BJP took with respect to attacking corruption at the highest level in your own party here is going to make you pay a heavy price? And is that going to have some impact on governance?
Well, I'm not sure if I would want to join in this inference which has been taken. BJP has always stood for clean administration, good governance. And if even without, I would definitely underline this point. The Lokayukta in Karnataka, when it gave its view, and as promised by the then president of the party, we took action. Whereas I'll highlight this. The Lokayukta in Delhi indicted a minister, and what the Congress did was to go and seek pardon from the President of India, because Delhi's
The gentleman in the green shirt has a follow-up question to the first question.
And therefore, people who are wanting to highlight this whole thing about, Lokayukta, corruption, principled stand, certainly Srivatsa's question is very important, and I answer that we have even responded by taking action where allegations came in. In contrast to what the Congress has done in terms of retaining the minister in the cabinet who has been indicted by the Lokayukta in Delhi.
Chief Minister, who continues to be a BJP leader, who was president until recently, was found with a cash counting machine in his house. Numerous other MLA candidates from the
It is
BJP.
apparently a toy. His children were playing
Numerous
with.
other BJP candidates are facing.
I wonder why he needed that toy. I really wonder why he needed that toy.
The Congress in Andhra Pradesh has not answered one question. The neighbor here neighboring state in Andhra Pradesh, and it is happy time for Congress to
So you are doing in Karnataka what the Congress is doing in Andhra Pradesh, and the people must suffer that. This gentleman has a follow-up question.
My question really is, when I look around Karnataka, all I see, like in 5 years, the BJP that has been in power, all I hear about is the issues related to garbage, issues related to mining, caste-based, caste-based issues. I mean, when do I actually get to know about Karnataka when does it actually get projected in the growth view, like Gujarat is being done, or like Bihar is being done? Like, it might be rhetoric, but again, like, I'd like to see more about Karnataka in the growth perspective.
It's always in the news, Nirmala Sitharaman, for the wrong reasons in the last 5.
No, he is absolutely right. We've done a good lot of work in Karnataka, about which I'm trying to explain, and I'm also trying to list them. And in contrast to very many states which are ruled by Congress, the perception is something which we'll have to definitely manage. And we very clearly, I've conceded the point that the party could have been better administered, but we've not allowed governance to suffer.
But it's great misfortune, Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, for the state of Karnataka, which was earlier amongst the top performing states of the country. Now, people say even Bihar is doing better than Karnataka. While that's kudos to Nitish Kumar, that really shows how misgoverned the state has been.
Well, it has been a casualty, because I think a lot of the good work that has been claimed to have been done, and some of it has been done, has been absolutely masked by a lot of the other scams. And I think that's really the issue in Karnataka. I think if we could have focused on governance and development, I think you would not be in this sorry state. That's really the crux of the matter. So I think we as citizens want to make sure that this time around the elections will focus on growth and development and not on the other issues that we keep having to talk about over and over again.
Yes, please.
I want to ask the gentleman of Congress as well as Madam from BJP, mostly to the congressman. Sir, you have been ruling Karnataka from almost like more than 5 decades, 6 decades. What is I don't see any improvements you have done to North Karnataka. Everyone speaks about Bangalore, 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 Bangalore. I want to see what you are going to do in the next 5 years, given a chance to you. Because I am a person from North Karnataka. I don't see any change I have done to North Karnataka. It's really pathetic. Everyone is concerned about Bangalore itself.
Yeah. So we are focusing on the unique strengths of North Karnataka. If you take something like horticulture and Bijapur, right, we will pay attention to that. We have now fought very hard to ensure that you get special status for Hyderabad, Karnataka. That will also ensure more resources coming in there. What we are trying to do is also reallocate government institutions. So VTU is located in Belgaum, some other university in Bidar. Any kind of thing that can serve as a trigger for more investment, for more growth, all those sorts of things. And it's not just the Congress. I think every party is concerned about this. Economic growth happens partly through governments, partly through private initiative. Right? And essentially, Bangalore's growth has been because there's a lot of entrepreneurship here, and that has kept things going.
Okay.
We need to ensure that we create the infrastructure for more investment in those regions as well.
Okay. Gentleman in the orange shirt.
Well, my question is to the congressman. So, I'd like, my question is, Congress is at campaigns regarding Sakapa Saku, that means enough is enough regarding, which is targeting towards BJP. What I'm trying to tell is, are you trying to just take Karnataka's example, whereas look at your situation in the centers and other states which you're ruling, it is evident that your performance is way more worse than what BJP is. You're just taking BJP as an example.
No, but that's an important question. There have been so many
scams which have come out in the center.
How do people in Karnataka know you'll be different?
And we are basically expressing our disgust at what's happened and saying, give us a chance in this next 1 year. Before the parliament election, we'll show you how we can change things.
No, but Srivatsa Krishna and Harish Bijur, this is an important question. The Congress is claiming that, we'll do better than the BJP. The Congress's own record doesn't inspire confidence.
Look, I think it's a broad 3 lines. Expectations, actuals and perception. BJP, with what Nirmala is saying, actually is a great deal of truth to it. The perception of infighting, the corruption was actually overshadowed a lot of the good work they did. In Bangalore city, power, for instance, one of the few cities where there is no power cuts. We have a metro rail which did not exist in 2008. This government takes singular credit for making it happen, thanks to, again, a bunch of dynamic officers, like commercial taxes. 18,000 crores to 46,000 crores in 2 years flat. So wherever there has been an opportunity given and support from the political executive, the permanent executive has responded. The global investor meet, if really things were so bad, why would in GYM, the first GYM and GYM 2, attract 22,500 crores for Bangalore city alone and 136,000 crores in Gym 2.
Okay, Harish,
how much of that has translated into projects or any reality?
My simple point is, it's not all
mega
bad.
promises, boss.
But
I'll also invest.
I would like to ask this to one of you, but I think all of you should answer this. None of your manifestos has a really sincere point where about safety of women in the city especially and in Karnataka generally. Stree Shakti Kendras, madam, I'm very doubtful of those. Maybe they'll go and sing bhajans there if BJP comes, honestly. And even having more women police, it's not women police we need. We need good policemen. We need police who don't blame victims.
That's a very important question. Would you like to answer it?
Well, you're yourself speculating on the working of the Stree Shakti Kendras. We'll see. But the concern is well taken. Women all over the country are desperately in need of safety. So is Karnataka. We'll certainly attend.
Let's hear from the other parties also. Let's hear from the other parties. What will your party do for improving the condition of women and ensuring their safety?
KJP has shown to the fact that if we come to power, immediately we will bring in very stern legislation on that. Very stern legislation and then educate the people.
Okay, Danish Ali.
Moral policing will not going to benefit the rights of women. When I do remember in Bangalore, I think in 2009, when the girls were taken out from one pub and all, neither the ruling party nor the principal opposition Congress party came out. You again will say, my leader Deve Gowda sat on a day-long dharna at Mahatma Gandhi's Samadhi to make those culprits responsible and send them to jail. As a former Prime Minister, he wrote a letter to the Prime Minister of India asking to ban the organizations who were involved in that. Even the acknowledgement has not come.
But there's been a lot of moral policing.
1 second. On that issue, I myself have led 25 simultaneous protest rallies across the city in protest against the moral policing.
I would like to ask the four people here, your parties, how many women candidates have you given tickets to?
We have the highest.
Once again, Congress,
12.
11. Okay?
11.
BJP,
the highest.
BJP, I think 8. KJP, including Shobha Karandalaje, 12. JDS.
No, but didn't the BJP promise that there would be 33% women candidates and you got less than 10%, ma'am? Why is that?
224. Yeah. And don't know how many people will win in this.
Electoral selection of candidates happens on winnability, right?
But it's a promise you made.
No, let me just finish.
Yes.
I mean, Rahul, please. I don't think it is fine. With so many people asking me questions, you should allow me to give an answer. Elections and selection of candidates happen on the basis of winnability, irrespective of BJP. Whilst I say that, BJP is the first party to have given 33% reservation for every, from the panchayat till the national executive, for all the office bearers' position, and we are proud of that. We have definitely created a large cadre of women activists, and they are finding their place. Tickets? They will. As I said, it's an argument of winnability which makes...
But that's the problem, Mohandas. The fact that, parties make these claims and promises, and yet when it comes to actual action, don't follow up those claims with action.
I totally agree with you, especially when it comes to women. All political parties are responsible for ill-treating the women of this country, keeping them under cloister and making sure they don't come out to realize the potential and the talent. And that's why in BPAC, we have a wonderful woman leader to lead us and to make sure that is reversed, because we've got a role model in this country. And Bangalore has the greatest woman entrepreneur is from Bangalore. But Rahul, that's why they're all hypocritical, Rahul. They say something, they do something. All they want is power. They want money. They want power. No governance. They just want to tell us a story. So we need citizens to come up, good people to come up, challenge them and prove to them that citizen action is what is required and they have to support citizen action.
Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, do you buy the winnability argument?
Well, I'm really concerned about this winnability argument, because winnability in most political parties speak is about what is the muscle power and money power that these candidates bring to the table. That's how they buy their tickets. That's how they buy their votes. I don't think this is the kind of winnability we would like to see in Karnataka.
Rajiv Gowda, why is it that winnability is the only criteria. Given the fact that you're promising that there will be 33% reservation, women will be given tickets, the number of tickets to women candidates from the Congress party is abysmal. It's not only the BJP which is to blame, your party too is equally responsible.
Winnability is hardly the only factor that matters. Individual candidates face.
I'm not convinced with the answer.
constituency.
If you support reservation, follow it up with action.
I'm strongly supportive of that. I run a women's leadership program at IIM, so we are all working towards that.
No, you're not
this
speaking
is a larger
about what
agenda.
you do at IIM,
this
you're
is a larger
speaking in your
agenda.
capacity as a
Rahul,
Congress
in
representative.
fact, it was in the BJP government that in the reservation in the local bodies and panchayat was increased from 33% to 50%.
Okay.
So BJP has shown it in action too.
I would also like to make sure that all women voters actually support women candidates. That's very important.
And by the way, all this talk about hypocrisy, where is the citizen participating?
Let's be heard today. Stand up, stand together. Don't give in. Stand up, hope for change. Let's make a better one. Let's be heard today.
I've got two left feet, but I'm very curious to know the real purpose of the dance. You're actually appealing through this song for people to come out and vote. Is your message being heard, you think?
Yeah, I hope so. They will listen to us, and it's their responsibility to listen to us, actually.
What's the purpose behind organizing this? What is the message that you're trying to send?
The message, quite simply, is for Bangaloreans to get out and vote. This is a follow-up of a voter registration which we did, where we got 600,000 people across various education institutions, corporates, RWAs to get registered for the first time. And this is part of Bangalore Political Action Committee's initiative to create a vote bank for urban, educated Bangaloreans.